Central Oklahoma. So we're coming to you from our secret underground bunker location somewhere near Ada, America. We're just outside Ada, the city limits, on Highway 19. If you want to come find us, we'd love to see you. Love to discuss what's going on with you and your health, or just kibitz about human function or the endocannabinoid system. Whatever you guys want to talk about, feel free to stop on by. That couch in the background is a comfortable place to sit and talk, and we do it all the time with all manner of people. Today we're going to talk about what to expect really from a bioresonance scan. So I'll kind of walk you through this. I'm not going to really show you the reports because I don't want to show anybody's report. I guess I'm going to show you blank reports, but we'll kind of go through today. We'll kind of go through what a bioresonance scan is like. And I've got a video of that I'll walk you guys through, which is pretty fun. I will sort of talk about our sponsors who are really us, but if you are interested in sponsoring this, we would love to talk to you about that. We believe that we're on to the cause of a lot of disease, and so we call that effort Treat the Cause. So you'll hear us talk about Treat the Cause, and you'll see the hashtag Treat the Cause. That's what that's about. Every day, Cindy and I are at Neighborly Nutrition, so we hope we're building a nice model, that we'll be able to expand into other locations, but we're kind of working on that right now, and we're doing that in Ada, America every day, which is fun, and we're getting to know the people of Ada, which is awesome, and we love it here. So it's a nice place with very, very good people. And then we also have a brand, so we sell supplements in a brand called truemedx. And if you've ever taken any truemedx products, they work as advertised, and we've got a wide range of products. So go out and check out truemedx.com when you have a second. It's a nice website. Cindy did a great job with that website. It's beautiful. And you can find what you need really there to help you. And we've just have so much experience doing, this, basically evaluating people, understanding how you work, and then using natural products to try to address, the deficiencies that we see in the immune system to help your body really combat, fight, and get over whatever it is that's ailing you. So that's kind of what we do, but this is one of the very powerful tools that we use called bioresonance. So I'm going to walk you guys through what a bioresonance scan looks like. So we're going to scan me, and I'll show you some of the bugs that I have, which is kind of cool because we all have, I guess my glasses are a little tilted, aren't they? So it always looks weird in here. It looks like I'm like going like this. Anyway, but it's always interesting to see what kind of bugs that we have inside of us. And I certainly have bugs just like all you guys have bugs. We all have bugs. If you think you're bug free, you're wrong. We may get to where we're bug free, but we've got a fair bit of understanding to do about how we work before we get there, and it'll require some, let's say, pretty dramatic behavioral changes on our part, but it's coming. So it's in theory we're there. We can do a lot of things in theory. So what we're looking at right now is this is what I see. So if you come in and do a bioresonance test, what does it look like on your end? Well, you're going to put on headphones, and you're going to hold this little wand in your right hand, right? So it's not invasive at all. There's no music that plays. You can't feel anything. It doesn't shock you, or anything like that. But basically, I want to show you kind of what I see. So this is what I see, and I'll walk you guys through this scan and kind of what it's doing, and we'll talk about it as we move along. This will be a limited scan, so I'm just really looking at a couple of different organs here, but you'll get the idea of kind of what this thing can do. Now, this is a non-medical device, so this is a non-medical device. So it is not, this isn't medical, right? This is indications by frequency of things that might be going on. So, it's just giving indications of stuff, but oh yeah, that came up. Sorry about that, but that little antivirus thing in the middle. But you can kind of see what it's doing here. So it's going through, and again, just the organs that I've specified. I could literally go through every organ in your body. and it's looking at different views of these organs. And if you look at kind of the graph on the right over here, the graph on the right, the blue line is the expected sort of frequency pattern, and the red line is the red frequency pattern. So if those things are right on the money, if they're right together, then that's a pretty healthy organ. If they're off, well, that's kind of where this database comes in that these guys have built. Then the Russians, so they built this database over time that basically will indicate, based on the frequency, how it's off and how much it's off, what that means. So does that mean that that organ is dysfunctioning? Does that mean that, and again, it's indications, right? So you can't diagnose anybody. This isn't, diagnosing a disease, but it's giving indications of things. And so they've done this so much that they got a really good database of stuff. So again, this is the way that it's presented to me, and this is just a look at all of the different organs that I scanned, and then I've got different things that I can sort of turn on to look at, but pathology is always something that I want to look at, and then, microorganisms and things. So you'll see as I go through here, this cytomegalovirus is a severe thing. It's something, probably an engineered virus. It's something you don't get over. It's once you have it, you've got it. So it's, I've got him as a friend for the rest of my life, and I'll be managing him. But he's in all my organs, you can see right now, and he's pretty lit up right now. So I'm not really having any symptoms associated with that, but he is in my liver, he's in a lot of my organs, and that's not good. He's not helping me, certainly. I wanted to show a kidney here, and I'm going to stop for a second. I think I do this. I think I scroll down through here. But I wanted to show you, so there's no really strong indications of anything in this kidney, but you can see all the stuff that's there, right? So you can see diabetes is down here, hypertension, and this is why it's important to, it takes a tick to understand how to read these scans and how to do a scan on someone, because again, you might see, and I think I do have it lit up in another view of my kidney here that I get to, so I'll talk about that in a second. Oh, I did want to show though, always, here you'll see malignant neoplasm, and then further down you see kind of metastatic tumors there. Those are that's a pathology, right? So it's gonna be in the list, but I'm a way long way from any of that right now, which is good. So I think I do get into some other stuff here in a second, so that I want to talk to you guys about. There's more antivirus stuff. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, okay, so this is something that, again, this is some interpretation that happens, as you're sort of reading scans, and I'll walk you guys through this because this is a pretty important point. So I'm in my heart here, and you'll see as I go through my heart that, I've got some red, which is not good, right? It's scary. Ooh, red. But does this mean that I'm, in some kind of crisis in my heart? No, it doesn't mean that at all. This is symptomatic, let's just say. And so arteriosclerosis is plaque, so I'm showing some plaque buildup. It looks like, or indicating for some plaque buildup there in my heart. And ischemia is inflammation, right? And then I've got cytomegalovirus in my heart. So he's running rampant inside of me right now. He's in all different kinds of organs. But when that happens, when you have a bug that is metastasized, because this guy's metastasized him, he's in multiple organs, he's going to be communicating, he's going to be doing stuff. There's a war right now on in my immune system, my immune system versus cytomegalovirus. And in order to win that war, basically, I've got to sort of engage everything. And if you think about it, war, battlefield, a lot of dead soldiers. Well, what happens to those dead soldiers? They've got to be moved around, and they've got to be cleared from the battlefield. And how do you do that? Well, you do that in lymph, and you do that in blood, right? And as you do that, or I'm doing that right now, as I'm doing that, it depends on how sick I am, but the worse that gets, the thicker my blood gets. And my blood will get thick because of the amount of immune mediators in it, and also because of the amount of dead soldiers I'm trying to clear from the battlefield, right? So that will create a pathology, and my heart will begin to get overworked, and I'll begin to build up plaque. And that's kind of what's happening right now in me. So that's what we're seeing. But it's important to know that, and it's important because, you know, again, if I said, here, look at this machine and tell me what you think, and you go, oh my gosh, Chip, you need to go to a cardiologist like right now. It's like, no, this is just part of a bigger picture. And you know, I see this in so many people, right, that I've just seen this so many times. Now, heart issues do have a look to them, and I have certainly sent people right off to the cardiologist before, which some people close to us will tell you some funny stories about. But anyway, you know, this will give an indication of kind of what let's say a heart attack looks like. I'm in my lung, and again, this stuff is even in my lung, you know, so I've got this pretty systemically, you know, all over me. I've also got some pneumonia there in that lung, you know, which is interesting. That doesn't mean that I have pneumonia. It means that I have pneumonia. I could get pneumonia, and that pneumonia is in there kind of waiting to happen. But this is basically what a scan looks like. And again, we do a lot more detail. Like if I'm doing a scan for you, then we're going to go into a lot more detail in that scan about you. So we're going to look at tissue, we're going to look at, you know, a little bit deeper look, let's say a little bit more involved scan. But the cool thing about these scans is, oh my gosh, they give a lot of information. And again, in our world, what this is about is it's about pathogens, and it's about, first of all, understanding your immune system, understanding how to work your immune system. So if we are flying into the Klingons, you better understand how to work your shields. And none of us right now understand really how to work our shields very well, and we get dents and dings, right? So two things have to happen. So you've got to understand how to work your shields, or you'll just keep getting dents and dings. And then as you get your shields up, we got to whistle back to engineering, and they got to repair the damage that's been done over all of the time that we've flown around with our shields down, right? So and what does that damage look like? Well, the cool thing is our bodies are just this beautiful, wonderful, godly machine, right? So every single cell inside of you is always striving toward perfect health, perfect function. If you have deteriorating flesh because bugs have been eating you, again, that flesh will regenerate, it will renew, it will become just like it was. You just got to get rid of the bugs. And potentially, you got to give your body a little bit of extra horsepower that it needs to be able to do that repair, or, you know, fight the bugs off in your immune system. So, you know, I'm going to be looking at cytomegalovirus here for myself, and kind of what we've got on the shelf that will help with that. And I kind of already know, and I'm kind of already taking it. But, you know, there's an app, I guess, a solution, you know, in God's world, there's a solution for anything that's wrong with you that's non-acute, non-traumatic, let's just say. You know, if you get shot or run over, then it's, you know, take me to the hospital. That they're really, really good at doing that. But, you know, if something's generally wrong with me, I want to go to God's system. I want to go to nature. I want to really look out in nature and see kind of how I can repair, heal, and defend myself in nature. So hopefully I'm getting you guys there too. I'm getting you excited about all the you know, potential that we have in nature. And the other thing I hope I'm getting you guys excited about is the upside that we have in human health. Right now, from my perspective, and again, I'm looking out, you know, 10 years, and I'm looking out, you know, as to, you know, what we could possibly be. But we have so much upside. I mean, we are, health-wise, we're kind of in the toilet, you know, right now. We're about as bad as we can be. We're kind of, you know, human garbage cans, honestly. We walk around with all this decay and rot in us, which is horrible. But we'll get all this figured out. And again, it's all about your shields, and then it's all about just getting engineering to repair the damage that's been done from flying into the Klingons without our shields. This has been a short one, but hopefully a good one. So thank you guys for attending today, and we will see you next week with another exciting version of Chip Talks. You guys have a good week. Love you guys.